Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. Today we are dealing with the question of, suppose you marry after you become a widow. Do you lose your property? We dealt with this question, but we have seen a lot in social media. The marriage of the celebrated music icon, the face of the Republic of Kenya, Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel married a beautiful lady by the name called Esther Musila. I want to give you the history of this matter. When Esther Musila's husband died, there was a case called Gideon Malani Kimkung Naibei and Esther Janet Ngenyi, the respondent. This is a succession matter, case number 1235 of 2017. Justice Mugure Thande J, in October 7th, 2022, was faced with this issue. Esther's husband died. She took the life interest of the properties of her children. Her children were 3. Esther wanted to sell these properties because she had been married and wanted to utilize these properties. One, she took a signature of her son and signed on behalf of the son, but that is forgery. So when the son discovered that his signature was forged, he went to court. And when he went to court, he challenged the signature on the affidavit. Esther responded that is true. The signature was not the son's signature. And she said it's because the son was a drunkard. The son was involved in drugs. The son was beyond repair. And therefore, as a mother, with the best interest of the minor, she signed for her. That was a serious fraud that was occasioned. So the judge also was told that Esther Musila had been married. So the question was, will she continue having the life interest? Many people are trying to say that the judge dispossessed of the property from Esther because she was remarried. No, the judge dispossessed of the properties because she had forged a signature of her son. This is what the judge said in paragraph 26, Justice Mugure Thande, and I read, my own view is that the fact of remarriage of a widow alone does not render the grant issued to her useless and inoperative. Accordingly, that ground must fail. This is the message of the learned judge. Let me repeat it. The judge dismissed the ground that Esther Musila, because she had been married, is enough ground to dispossess her the property she had of her husband. I repeat, paragraph 26, Court Helicopter is running it, but let me repeat it. My own view, this is the view of the learned judge, is that the fact of remarriage of a widow alone does not render the grant issued to her useless and inoperative. Accordingly, the ground must fail. So that ground that the son went to court arguing that my mother has been remarried to Guardian Angel, that ground, the judge rejected it. What is the jurisprudence over this issue? Because today we want to free the women to get married. You are a widow. You are 22 years old. you must be married to the person who has died all your life because of the property. What does the Constitution talk about it? The Constitution has been applied in the following cases. In the first case of Ripples International versus the Attorney General in the same year, 2022, in September, the same year, it declared Section 35(1)(b) and 36(1)(b) of the law of succession as unconstitutional. That is a decision. The second decision is the decision in 2026, early this year, in January. Justice Nyakundi sitting in Eldoret. What did the judge say? He reinforced this position, stating that penalizing a widow for remarrying is a violation of equality under Article 27 of the Constitution. If you are penalizing a person for marrying, is a violation of the rights as provided for under Article 27. You cannot discriminate somebody by virtue of being married. You cannot do that. Justice Nyakundi has reinforced that. So women, widows, you are free to marry. Nobody should keep you nobody should keep you from enjoying your life. Third, we have what you call the constitutional supremacy of the laws of the Republic of Kenya. The Constitution is supreme. So, Court Helicopter has brought to you to a point of settlement the stories in social media lying that Esther Musila lost her properties because she had married guardian angel is a lie. We have read to you what Justice Mugure Thande said in paragraph 26. We have brought to you the position of Ripples International, Justice Mureithi in Nyeri, in Meru. We have brought you the position of Justice Nyakundi in Eldoret, and very many other decisions that have been made in light of this. Why are we bringing this? A widow is a woman allowed to enjoy her rights. Article 45 talks of the right of everybody to marry a person of the opposite sex. Let me read that provision for you to understand. 45(1). The family is a natural and fundamental unit of society and the necessary basis of social order, and shall enjoy the recognition and protection of the state. 2. Every adult has the right to marry a person of the opposite sex based on the free consent of the parties. Every person has a right to marry a person of the opposite sex so long as that consent is obtained freely. So the widows had a marriage with the person, the husband who died. What does the law say? Every marriage ends upon the death. What does the vow say? Till death do us part. That is the vows. So every widow took the oath, till death do us part. So when the husband dies, they are parted. They are free to marry. They are free to enjoy their life. They stop being somebody's wife. They become a widow. And once a widow, they marry, they become again somebody's wife. So the courts have interpreted this, and this is the gospel message to all widows. You are free to marry you will not be dispossessed your property, because that is the position of the Constitution. What about Article 27 of the Constitution? Every person is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law. Why do we deal with widows differently? When a woman dies, the wife dies, the man can remarry and continue having the property of his former wife, his late wife. But a widow must lose that. Article 27 says that is discrimination. Article 27(2) says equality includes the full and equal enjoyment of all rights and fundamental freedoms. Why are widows not allowed to enjoy full rights and their fundamental freedoms? A woman, a widow, has a right to marry. That is our fundamental freedom. You cannot stop her from deciding to marry. 3, women and men have the right to equal treatment, including the right to equal opportunities in cultural and social spheres. So therefore, the marriage falls under cultural and social spheres. When we are discriminating about our widows, our women, Article 27 comes to their rescue. And lastly, the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on any ground, including race, sex, pregnancy, marital status, health status, ethnic or social origin, color, age, disability, religion, concerns, belief, culture, dress, language, or birth. So the law protects widows, and therefore today you have got it right. Wakili Dan Sanomari from Court Helicopter News, always bringing it to you how the law is not what people think about it. Thank you.